Hello there! As a pre-service teacher, are you familiar with the fact that our approaches to teaching are not all the same? As there are plenty of philosophical foundations that can be used to make teaching more effective inside the classroom. Our group chose to discuss only three of them and their application inside the classroom. You will see different scenarios that describe what typically occurs inside the classroom and depict a variety of teaching philosophies. Inside the classroom, the teacher tasks her students with creating a group project or research with the emphasis that they are allowed to freely choose their topic as long as it based on their interests and could be beneficial for their growth and development. In their first scenario, the teacher gave her students the freedom to choose a topic for their research, project, or experiment based on their own interests and likings. And this kind of action shows how an existentialist teacher acts inside the classroom. Why this situation show existentialism? Because the meaning of existentialism is that existentialism is a philosophical approach that emphasizes individual existence, freedom, and choice. This also means that the students should have a choice in what they learn and that the curriculum needs to be somewhat flexible. The role of the existentialist teacher, not only as a facilitator and mentor rather than an authority figure, but also to create an environment in which students freely choose their own preferred way. But before the students could start planning for their group task, the teacher gave a provoking statement that she wants her students to reflect upon while undergoing the process of their research or project making. The students then grouped themselves and started to brainstorm and start to plan. What do you think are the thoughts or ideas that are running through the minds of the students? Finally, the learners have already started to plan the experiment. The topic they have decided to tackle is experimentation with some herbal products that they believe would help the mass public for their health and can be easily accessed within their community. While conducting the experiment, they all realized that despite freely choosing their topic, they still apply the lessons they gather from their subject teacher. It only shows that their teacher, despite allowing them to choose their own field of topic, to prepare them to solve societal issues through conducting an experiment and reflecting on her provoking statement. The scenario depicts the philosophy of progressivism. As it is shown, the given provocative statement leads the student to have hands-on experience with the experimentation they are conducting. How did we come up with this kind of scene? Because according to the information we've gathered, progressivism is a student-centered philosophy that believes that ideas should be tested by experimentation, and learning comes from finding answers from questions. Progressivism is a philosophy of education that emphasizes the need for students to learn through their own experiences and be actively involved in their own learning process. It stresses the importance of learning by doing and encourages students to be curious and questioning. But what about the role of a progressivist teacher? A progressivist teacher stresses group work and development of social skills, plans lessons that arouse curiosity and encourage the students to develop a higher level of knowledge. After finding answers and learning through experimentation, the learners' research was successful. The students can finally disseminate on a larger scale of their society the knowledge and experience they've gained from the experiment. They started to conduct seminars and clinical trials with real patients as they applied what they had learned from their research and experiments. This only concludes that their teacher did not only ask them to conduct a project for the sake of school requirements, rather than the teacher did this so they could prepare for the future and be a critical thinker that could help not only themselves but also the community they're residing in. In the last scenario, there is an application of knowledge in the real world. So typically, it shows the philosophy of realism. Why realism? Because the meaning of realism is realism in education also emphasizes the importance of context and practical application. Realist educators believe that learning should be situated within the broader social and cultural context in which it occurs, and that students should be taught to apply their knowledge to real-world problems and situations. And that's it! This is where we finally end our brief introduction to the three philosophical foundations of education and how they were commonly practiced inside and outside the classroom. We hope that you've learned a lot from this video.